Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I basically just wanted to show you guys kind of the elementary things I do for sending cards in to be graded by PSA. Um, Basically, just do the eye test. First off, I wanted to show you guys two cards that were in this pile that I was going to send that I thought would make the cut, but now re-examining them, I do not think they're good enough. Let's see if you can see. So the bottom corner right here, white speck, I mean, it doesn't take much. And this card is, I think, off-centered. It's a little harder to tell for Japanese cards off-centered just because they have a kind of a shadowing effect going on with the border as opposed to a straight line. But I think as beautiful as this Morty's Murkrow from the VS series is, I think it would only get a 9, if lower. So this is one I would skip. Another one, this Pokemon Breeder, beautiful card, but the top, it's hard to tell because you can't really see the bottom because it blends in with the picture for centering, but you can tell how little of a top there is for a border. And I think it's also crooked. As you can see, there's some, I guess, more silver on this side than on this corner, and it's pretty evident when you turn it around how much of a bottom there is here and how little of a top there is, and it's just crooked. So beautiful card, but I don't think it would pass the test for, potential 10 or whatever. But these two, I think would. And these are the two cards I'm going to extract and kind of send off. So pretty great, and obviously I need to take a little bit more of a look at them when I take them out. But with cards with texture, I usually don't mess with the texture unless I see something wrong with it. The biggest thing to look for with texture is make sure it's not missing any texture, and that has nothing to do with you. It's basically just printing errors. Just make sure, keep spinning it around, looking, and it's pretty evident when you are missing an area, basically, that should have something. It's kind of like that. I think I showed you guys a Suicune that had an issue with the, the neck. So, and then this card is gorgeous. I think, we'd have to look at it again. So, and I do have a handy light. Definitely helps, take a look at these cards more. And these cards are actually pretty cool. This was in one of my earlier videos in a binder, and just thought it was in too good of a condition to leave it in the binder. And it also kind of pairs with this, not by the number, but it's the same set. So I think getting these guys sent sequentially will be really cool. I have the PSA Pro membership, so I'm allowed to get these sequentially. Usually if you go a different route to get it graded, you won't have the chance to get it sequentially graded. I have a few of them that are like that though, like the Umbreon and stuff. But let's take this card out since this one is a little easier, and kind of see what we're working with here. So just always be careful. First thing I do is, the eye test. And so just, check the corners. Centering is hard on some of these cards, but, just kind of eyeball it where the center is visible. Looks pretty good to me. As I turn it, I don't see anything that is crazy. Always keep a card over a table. I've learned the hard way. So, something there, but I think it's just fuzz. And always kind of get the light to reflect off it. So I do see an imperfection right in the middle of the Pokeball, if you guys can see that. So that's what I'm going to try to get out. So my nice microfiber cloth, I think this is the cleaner side. I haven't done this in a while, so it was just kind of sitting out. And I do use lukewarm water and Q-tips. Basically dump, or, you know, tap it in the water, get all the excess water off, nice and easy. And then just lightly brush the card, circular motion, and then use the other side to dry it instantly. But this imperfection is kind of right here. And some things can be very easy to take off. So let's see what this did. So it's still kind of there. Let's see. I'm gonna have to use the light here to my advantage. So it's always okay to get a new Q-tip. Let's see if I can get this off. And, you know, I think I made it a little bit better, but unfortunately, that is an issue. So I might try one more time, but if you can see, this is, you know, certainly a weird mark on the card. And I really like this card, so I'm trying to send it. Send it, send it. You know, sometimes you can't win the battle, and you might just have to accept the fact. You know, no pressure. Don't put any pressure, just little circles. Sometimes the microfibers on the Q-tip will catch, you know, if it's something that is kind of foreign on the card. But I think that is unfortunately just a mark on the card itself. But other than that, it looks decent. I'm going to put it in a sleeve and think about it. Take a little bit more of a examination. Let me actually use this. So this is a kind of after the fact. I do, like at the very end, I use this, basically I just cut one of these up into little pieces, and when you, I do little circles, but when you get to the corners, swipe away, never swipe in. Let's see if that will buff it. That would be great. So, and these are the little microfiber cloths you get in like eyeglass cases. Those are like the best to use, in my opinion. So, alright, just check the front again, make sure it didn't catch any black dust per se. So, alright, let's, you know, just examining it a little more. And you know, there is certainly a scratch right here. So, I mean, I'm just being honest, this card looks gorgeous, but they are picky. And I don't think this is 10 worthy. So, we're going to put it in a card saver because it's better than the dirty thing it came in. And that is kinda, at the end of the day, how I do it. Even though I am not going to send this card out. I think it doesn't pass, you know, my quality test, let alone theirs, and they're 10 times more strict. Just use your normal penny sleeves and card saver ones. Great stuff. So let's look at these two real quick. Actually, I showed you guys those. I really wanted to show you guys one that I would send out. Let's see this Charizard. So let's see the stack. So there's a cool Sabrina's Gengar. I don't know if that'll, you know, I'm not looking for a 10 in this at all. I'm just looking for it to be protected basically and encased because it's the band artwork and it has a swirl that's really nice. And I have a miscut card that's not that interesting. So, and then I have the another one of these Gyarados that I would like to send, but you know, who knows. Last one didn't come back too nicely, so let's do this Charizard, guys. Let's see. Charizard's always nice. So a good way to get this out is hit. And if you ever have a problem, just reset it and try again. Alright, so this card I've had for a while. You can tell because that penny sleeve is definitely mine. So just the first little eye test right now. This one's easier to tell for imperfections because it's a sheen and there is no texture. This is the XY29 promo from 2014. So I do see a blemish on the tippy tip of his nose. I just don't know what that is. Oh, it wiped off instantly. So perfect. Actually, another little imperfection right down here. Perfect. It's always nice to go against some, you know, some bright light. And card looks gorgeous, honestly. I really am trying to be very strict, especially since I'm trying to teach you guys what to send in and what not to send in, because sometimes you guys are sending in some things that shouldn't even be sent in anyway. So I see an imperfection definitely above the K, but I think I lost one near the top of the red poke. Oh, the black band, bottom of the black band. So two areas I'm gonna work on right now. Oh, so don't put my card there. That's when you're trying to focus on too many things. So I'm actually gonna go for this bottom band black. And it did not come off too much, so. And this is just me trying to, you know, make sure the cards I send have the best chance at getting the highest grade they possibly can. And if you really want to take the time and do it correctly, sometimes you are rewarded. You can also damage cards too. I don't think I've made any cards worse, but I have dropped one. I don't want to talk about it. Alright, so I think the K actually worked really well, but I don't think the Pokeball one worked as well as I wanted it to. It almost looks like a printing issue. Like the black line doesn't even connect. Alright. I hope this made it better. So the problem above the K, perfect. And the Pokeball issue is still kind of a weird issue. But you know what? I think it's just the way the black printing goes around the Pokeball. It's like hard to explain. It's almost like little pixelated blocks, and it can't create the bend perfectly. So like these blocks are almost out of sync. But man, that spot is right back. So this is what I mean, you know. I know this card is 12 years old, but this card was, I thought, completely perfect until you put it under the light. So this will be the last time I try this one. So as you can tell, this takes a while. I examine every single card. I might not clean every card, but I will actually wipe down every card unless I know it's pack fresh and I put it in a penny sleeve and in a card saver the second I pull it, you know. So but other than that, it takes a long time, and I'm only getting stricter with what I send out because I've gotten back way too many bad 6s and things like that, and I'm just tired of wasting my money and wasting their time. And you know, then you have to potentially crack it and damage the card. It's just, I don't like it. Alright. Man, I hope I got it out. So, it's still there, but it's 10 times less. So, I'm happy with how it looks. I am. Let me see about just that upper corner real quick. So when you get near the corners with water, you just, you know, obviously want to be careful. It's almost funny how it makes a squeegee type sound when you wipe the card with the wet side. So again, little circles near it, and if you have to go near the edge, just take this and always wipe away. Corners are your enemies. Alright, now let me actually, so I'm happier with that. It just looked like a smudge from, you know, maybe when I originally put it in the penny sleeve when I first bought it from the buyer, but I am happy with it. Because this is not textured on the front, I am going to give it a little wipe down. Stay away from the corners, do those last. Cards used to be so easy to clean. Now all the textures, like, if you put, you know, this microfiber cloth on the texture, it's gonna pick it up. You know, all the black specks all over the place. Alright, so make sure you have everything ready beforehand. Put that there, nice and slow. Alright. Let's get you in your sleeve, my friend. Perfecto. So this card will be one I send out. It is 12 years old. It's as best as it's ever gonna look, and it's Charizard. So this will go into my collection when I get it back. So at least I was able to show you guys one card I definitely will send out. And this is exactly how PSA wants their card. So, I mean, it just looks great. They said it's so the card doesn't move around. I'm not sure if they end up cutting it or just taking it out, whatever, but you almost like wish they don't cut it and just reuse them, but you know, it just happens. So this is a great example of a card I will send out, and a example of a card that I might send out because I like it, or if I get to 18 and I need 20, then I start going for these types of cards because I know it'll at least get, you know, an 8+ potential, you know. But I'm more confident about this Charizard I just did. Also confident about these guys, and in the when I go on the computer and do the you know, the paperwork, I will be entering this one first and then this one second, and then putting them, you know, in my stack so they are graded, so then I get the sequential serial numbers so that they'll be matching and then just look like a really great pair. So that's basically the game from here on. I think I'm going to end this video and do a couple more cards, but I just wanted to show you guys a few examples of cards I wouldn't do, a card I might do, and a card I'm definitely sending out. So I hope this was helpful. Obviously, don't go crazy on the water. You saw how little I was using. Go slow, take your time, wear gloves. Yeah, do 5 or 6 cards, take a break, come back, and you'll enjoy it. You'll be happy with your benefits at the end. So have a good one, guys. Take care.